Oh yeah, going out in my town. Going out down in my neighborhood. You never know what the hell you're gonna see. But you always know that in 90 seconds you're gonna see at least one thing that makes you go, what in the hell is going on in here? What sort of David Lynch, Salvador Dali wormhole in the space-time continuum have I stepped through into this goddamn place? Worst one for me recently was the wheelchair drunk. No, don't let a pall fall over the room. I'm not here to make fun of the handicapped. That is also not my style. But I'm also not here to get verbally abused by them when they decide to get shit-faced in public. This is a well-dressed paraplegic guy in one of those like $30,000 Stephen Hawking motorized jobs. Just incredibly drunk and being incredibly verbally abusive to everybody in the bar. Just wheeling himself around. Why don't you come down here and sit on my face, darling? Just filth, horrible stuff. Bartenders don't know what to do with him. I mean, how do you cut off a guy that doesn't even have to walk home, you know? And nobody wants to be nobody wants to be the killjoy that tells the afflicted, you're having a little too much fun, buddy. You know? Nobody wants to do that. Waitstaff, they don't know what to do with him. His friends don't know what to do. They're edging away from him. All the patrons, we're looking at each other like, who's gonna commit the hate crime? Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna ruin a perfectly good Saturday night by just getting so fed up with this asshole that they finally just, pipe down, you legless asshole, or I'm gonna turn that thing off and push you into the street! Yeah, I'm not allowed in that bar anymore. Thought I'd be a folk hero. Whew. Had to answer a lot of really uncomfortable questions down at the 9th precinct. But tough, it was tough, but I still, I love the city. I've been here 13 years. And when I first moved here, I had this loudmouth tell me, after 10 years you can call yourself a transplanted New Yorker. You'll never be a real New Yorker. I'm like, I could give a shit, man. I could give a shit about what kind of New Yorker I am, blah, blah, fucking blah. But after 13 years, I got my own criteria. I knew that I was beginning to become a member of the jaded, artistic New York community the day that I caught myself giggling uncontrollably at the statement, he can't be gay, he's got a wife and 2 kids. Got a house in Connecticut. He's a goddamn Republican. Yeah. Good stuff. Funny stuff, guys. Yeah, absolutely. I let that... Man, shit. I just don't know. And I've been having great luck with girls lately. Girls in the city drive me nuts. I met a girl that... I met her out one night. She was a sex columnist. And I thought... Intimidate. Yeah, that's my buddies. My buddies are always fucking awesome, dude. She's gonna teach you shit, man. It's gonna be great. Blah, 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 blah. She's gonna be great in bed. And she thought so, but... Confidence is sexy. Sexual cockiness is just kind of obnoxious. And she turned me off with her dirty talk. Yeah, we're on like the 3rd date and we're fooling around and she looks down at me and says, I bet when you walked into that karaoke bar that night, you didn't know you'd hit the sexual jackpot. First of all, jackpot and karaoke are not words that I find sexually arousing. Make me giggle. A little sad, a little ashamed. They remind me that I met you in a karaoke bar. And there's always a tinge of shame involved in the acknowledgement of my own karaoke indulgence, you know. I also realized almost immediately that most of my rather limited dirty talk experience has been of a chiefly call and response nature. You know? Fuck me harder. Yeah, I'll fuck you harder. I like that big hard cock. Yeah, I like that big hard cock. You know when you walked into that karaoke bar that night? So many words. Yeah, that didn't go too well, man. Oh, that's what I forgot to tell you guys. I knew that I was a real New Yorker the day that I could tell the difference between dog poop on the sidewalk and human poop on the sidewalk. That was the moment where I was like, fuck it, I'm here, man. A buddy of mine from Tennessee was staying with me, and we walked out of my front door, and he was like, man, some dog shit on the wall. That's not dog shit, Teddy. What do you mean that's not dog shit? You ever seen dog shit start 3 feet high up the wall, pal? Come on, think about it. I live by McSorley's. I told you these things. Tried to explain it. I feel bad for the dogs in the city, man. I love animals, but everybody's got a fucking dog, man. And they get no privacy. I can't walk down the street without locking eyes with a dog doing his business. You ever do this? It's so, it feels so invasive, man. As humans, we don't look each other in the eye while we poop, but you lock eyes with a dog and they give me that. Can you afford me no dignity, sir? Will you not avert your gaze? Makes me sick, drives me nuts. I don't know what to do. Man, I'm sweating like a whore in church up here. For me, yeah, damn it. For me, it's always like a little whippet or greyhound too. You know, its eyes are bigger than its body. It's shaking. It's like milks the scream, and I'm just like, oh, this is awful, man. This is terrible. What am I gonna do? All right, guys, I'm about to get out of here, but I want to end with one story that I've never told on stage before, so this might be a little bit loose. But with healthcare reform and everything going on, this doesn't really concern reform or healthcare, but it kind of does. The story, I stole the title from my buddy's grandma. It's called, You Ain't Sick Till You Go to the Doctor. Right when I graduated from college, I was experiencing some testicular discomfort. Just saying the two words now, you can feel the dull thudding, everybody, and it's just awful. So I'm about to go to London, and my parents are like, you got to get yourself checked out. So I go to the urologist, who's a friend of mine, and both of his really cute daughters are my age in school, and he's doing the thing down there, and after a couple minutes, he says, oh, now, Brian, I'm going to have to get a little bit aggressive. This is not a phrase you want to hear when another man is holding your testicles. I mean, some of you may be into that, but in a clinical situation, it's not a good thing. He then proceeds to, did you guys ever play with water balloons when you were little and try to touch your fingers together without breaking the balloon? Yeah. Oh, he did that with each one of my testicles. I had to laugh so hard not to cry in this man's office. I was... Yeah, that's great! He finds nothing. He sends me to get a testicular ultrasound, which is just great. The nurse, of course, is my age. I'm horribly frightened, so my genitals are pretty much in my chestal cavity. I'm wearing one of those paper gowns and, my acorns rubbing against the top. It's just a bad scene. And she takes 2 towels and she's like, okay, now I'm going to need you to spread your legs and put this towel underneath your scrotum and fold it. And then close your legs, and with this towel, you put your penis on your belly. And belly? Let's try lower abdomen right now, sweetheart. So she gives me the 2 towels, like I'm supposed to have my nuts up like a little apple. And she goes away, and I'm like embarrassed. I'm like, this is a terrible showing. Like, I gotta think sexy thoughts and try to get things going here. Of course, she's gone for like 17 minutes, and I get an erection. Which then I have to talk myself down. So she comes in, and she does the gel and then cold nuts and does that whole thing. They don't find anything either. So they send me to get the MRI on my abdomen, and I have to drink that barium contrast all night, and I get up, go take the test. They put you in that 2010 space chute. And 3 hours later, my doctor calls and says, hey, Brian, Dr. Hachiwana here. Have you ever had a kidney removed? Not that I'm aware of, Doc. Why? Well, that barium you drink pretty much contrast lights up everything on your whole system in there, and I'm only showing 1 kidney. Well, what does that mean? Do I have to stop drinking? Do I not take Advil? Like how do I have to change my life in ways that pertain to me right now? And he's like, oh, sometimes we cut open guys that are 90 years old, natural causes, man, and they've got 1 kidney. They live their whole life with it. 1 out of 750 people has 1 kidney, and some people grow several, like a lymphatic thing, and I don't know. It's just strange that yours is not showing up. I'm like, well, what do I have to do? Be nice to your sister. So that's it. Yeah, thousands of dollars of tests, 3 weeks, and the advice that I ended up getting that helped me out was wear briefs and be nice to your sister, which I guess I really should have known in the first place. Guys, you have been fantastic. Thanks so much for coming out. Keep it going for my man, Dave Valutansky. I want this thing. You want the thing?
Brian Sloan. Sloanster.